Standing in amazement, staring at the stars, taking the moment just to notice all the wonders that you are. You're in everything I see. You're the love surrounding me. Every mountain, every tree, it's all a part of your majesty. How great you are, oh God. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. Every living creature and every grain of sand in a billion solar systems, there's oh so much to understand. Still you love us all the same. Every person, every land, and you never ever change. You got the world right in your hand. And how great you are, oh God. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. I am so grateful. I am forever thankful. No words could ever explain. Now and forever to live in this breath of life you give. I will serve you all my days, oh God. How great you are, oh God. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. Greater you are. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. I am so grateful. I am forever thankful, oh God. Standing in amazement, staring at the stars, taking the moment just to notice all the wonders that you are. You're in everything I see. You're the love surrounding me. Every mountain, every tree, it's all a part of your majesty. How great you are, oh God. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. Every living creature and every grain of sand in a billion solar systems, there's oh so much to understand. Still you love us all the same. Every person, every land, and you never ever change. You got the world right in your hand. And how great you are, oh God. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. I am so grateful. I am forever thankful. No words could ever explain. Now and forever to live in this breath of life you give. I will serve you all my days, oh God. How great you are, oh God. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. Great you are. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. I am so grateful. I am forever thankful, oh God. Standing in amazement, staring at the stars, taking the moment just to notice all the wonders that you are. You're in everything I see. You're the love surrounding me. Every mountain, every tree, it's all a part of your majesty. How great you are, oh God. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. solar systems. There's oh so much to understand. Still you love us all the same. Every person, every land, and you never ever change. You got the world right in your hand. And how great you are, oh God. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. I am so grateful. I am forever thankful. No words could ever explain. Now and forever to live in this breath of life you give. I will serve you all my days, oh God. How great you are, oh God. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. Greater you are. Your magnificence, it goes on and on. How great you are, oh Lord. Forever and forever you will be. I am so grateful. I am forever thankful, oh God.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
So we're going to get started as soon as I remember where I put the lyrics. Right in front of you, dude. Okay. Isn't that the way it always is? Everything we're looking for is right in front of us. There might be some spiritual truth in that. Kind of, sort of. All right, so we're going to start off with our first one, Come and Dance. Turn that up just a little bit, Vaughn. There you go. I am the glory of God. I am the evidence of Spirit. I turn the light of love on the world, oh, revel and dance in its presence. come and dance with me, and let go of old stories. Come and dance with me. Let Spirit remind you of your glory, the glory of God. You are the evidence of Spirit. Turn the light of on the world, oh, revel and dance in your presence. Come and dance with me. Let go of glory. Come and dance with me. Let Spirit remind you of your glory. Come and dance. We are the evidence of Spirit. We turn the light of love on the world. Oh, revel and dance in its presence. Come and dance with me. Let go of old stories. Come and dance with me. Let Spirit remind you of your glory. Let Spirit remind you of your glory. All right. We made it through. Good morning, everybody who is joining us via live stream from wherever you are. Please put in the chat where you're from, and I will take a look at that. I'm pretty sure we have Frederick, Maryland. If consistency is a thing, we have San Jose, California. We have Gilroy, California. And let's see where else we have here in a little bit. So I love that people are here that we don't see. It's kind of like Spirit, right? It's here, and we don't see it until we start looking at each other, and then there it is. So, who are we? Before I get to that part. So if you play on any social media platform and you're comfortable sharing this live stream, we invite you to do that. It just makes this service, this teaching, available to more people. If this is your first time joining us, or if you are rejoining us after being gone for a while, here's what we as a community want you to know. You are welcome here, no matter what your spiritual path is, no matter where you're at on that spiritual path, no matter how many times you get on and off your spiritual path, no matter how many times you change spiritual paths. You are welcome here, and more than welcome, you are celebrated. You're celebrated. So, who are we and what are we up to? I really do need a rearview mirror. So there are several ways that you can get connected, stay connected, reconnect with us. You can go to our website, columbiacsl.com. If you want to know exactly the events, add a /events, and it'll take you to our calendar. If you have a specific question that you're not finding an answer to, please email us at info@columbiacsl.com. And by us, I mean me, and I will get back to you just as quickly as I can. You are also welcome to call or text our office number, 410-750-8559. So, who are we? What are we up to? Our vision is contributing to a world that works for who? Everyone. Every single one. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Guided by Spirit, together we build a joyously engaged, inclusive community intent on uplifting and transforming lives. We are a welcoming community, inclusive spiritual center, where everyone can be seen and heard. We lovingly practice the principles of science of mind in the world. Now, as a community, our commitment to inclusion calls us to embrace and celebrate everyone's unique identities. And we begin by recognizing our diverse abilities, ages, physical characteristics, gender identities, national origins, faiths and spiritual paths, sexual orientations, ethnicities, and races, just to name a few. There are many, many more. Then we experience one another in increasingly deeper levels as we grow together in classes, in workshops, in service to our shared spiritual community, and just hanging out together. And so we come together on Sunday morning to do just that, to learn together, to experience together, to hang out together, to celebrate together. And so we're going to get on with that process with our next community song, Holy, Holy Way by Ricky Byers. Sure, you can stand up. You can do jumping jacks. Feel free to clap. You don't even have to clap on beat. Some of us are rhythm challenged. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Here we go. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the love that's overflowing. Oh, let me care for those around the world. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Greet your neighbor if you feel so inclined. Okay, here we go.
in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Holy, holy way. All right. All right. See, the danger with saying greet one another is getting you to come back.
Okay, I guess we're done for now, I think, right?
The sacred herding of the sacred cats. All right. So for those of you that are unfamiliar, this is our Wheel of Wisdom. And our Wheel of Wisdom is filled with questions from you. These are questions submitted by attendees online and here in the room. We have an overarching theme for every day. Today's is celebrating the discomfort of growth. And then I spin the wheel to find out how we're going to focus that. And I never know what's coming up. So we find out together. Here we go. When I'm scared, which is infinitely appropriate these days. So, we are now going to go into a time of meditation, just so the new folks understand. It is a recorded meditation. There's a period of music that takes you inward, and then we will have a period of silent meditation. And then our practitioner this morning, Rebecca Bell, will bring us out of our meditation with our opening spiritual mind treatment. But before that, Io is going to do our reading. Oh, yeah.
Stay away from me. I've been waiting for this. Sheesh. Shall I start? Our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, was a dedicated study and a great synthesizer, identifying the common and connecting threads within the various religions, philosophies, and ancient wisdom teachings of the world. Science of Mind is the synthesis of Ernest Holmes' lifetime of study. Am I on? Okay. Let us breathe together as we light a candle honoring some of these faith traditions. As we light the first candle, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we light the second candle, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and Four Noble Truths. As we light the third candle, we honor Judaism as a path of ethical living through sacred law. As we light the fourth candle, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we light the fifth candle, we honor Islam as a path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we light the sixth candle, we honor Confucianism as a path of deliberate tradition. As we light the seventh candle, we honor Taoism as a path of harmony and balance. As we light the 8th candle, we honor all Indigenous peoples' traditions as paths that recognize and honor spirit in all of creation. As we light the 9th candle, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and the inherent goodness of humanity. As we light the 10th candle, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion and proper setup before service. As we light the 11th candle, we honor Akan as a path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we light the 12th candle, we honor all New Thought philosophies as a path of adherence to universal spiritual principles of law and love. As we light the final candle, we honor the multiplicity and diversity within the wholeness of creation as sacred. And so it is. Our spiritual reading this morning comes from page 160 of Spiritual Economics by Eric Butterworth. So in order to do this properly, I had to grab some of my spiritual economic tools and hold them close to my heart. Charles Fillmore gives some important thoughts about handling money positively and creatively. Watch your thoughts when you're handling your money, because your money is attached through your mind to the one source of all substance and all money. When you think of your money, which is visible, as something directly attached to an invisible source that is giving or withholding according to your thought, you have the key to all riches and all lack. Never allow money of any kind or amount to pass through your hands without blessing it. Whether it is coming to you or going from you. To bless is an old-fashioned practice that needs to be rediscovered. The word means to confer prosperity or happiness upon. To confer prosperity or happiness upon. In other words, in handling money on any occasion, be sure to give it the imprint of positive attitudes. The money is a wonderful symbol of God's substance. Give thanks that it is continually pointing you toward the limitlessness of universal supply. Keep the awareness that it is currency, a movement of the divine flow. When it comes to you, give thanks that it has flowed from the infinite through your job or investment. When it goes from you, give thanks that there is no depletion, but actually an increase because you have kept it flowing. And so it is.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. So I wait for these precious moments, and I hear all that can never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find God, I find
the silence there is God. It's in the silence that I can convince my thinking mind that God is. That's the truth. I sometimes have to get on board with it. God is all there is. I am God. You are God. My dog is God. The spotted lanterns outside are God. All is God. That is just the truth. And in silence, I can feel that in my body. And when I feel that in my body, I can convince my thinking mind of the truth. And from that truth, I can know and take some inspiration from the outside. What's happening? The leaves are turning. Fall is happening. The leaves are changing color. Change is this inevitable part of God, of life. And I can choose to love that. And so what I know for this service today is this opportunity to be with people that I love, with my beloved community, and grapple with things that are changing, and grapple maybe with things that I don't understand. And what a beautiful and divine space to be in, to be able to be with people in this moment who are walking life together, all as God. What a celebration this is. What a celebration. I am so, so grateful. I am so grateful for this community. I'm so grateful for the understanding of and the demonstration of God as all there is. So my experience here and now in this community, and feeling the God in my body and knowing that feeling so that I can continue to feel it when sometimes outside I may not be this calm. This is God. This is what I'm here for. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for this time together. I'm so grateful for this knowing that as I fortify my feelings and my trust that my feelings of God are true, that I take this knowledge and take this Godness into every aspect of my own life, and knowing that for everybody else, the ripples keep rippling. And I release this. I release this word into a law that is moving, is doing it already without me doing anything. The leaves are changing. That is exactly what is happening in the law. And so I release this with great confidence. And together we say, and so it is.
A poem by James Samuel. Dear Heaven, is there a heaven? And is anybody there? Are the angels in the water drowning in somebody's tears? I was a sinner, but I know that I can change. If we only have a moment, let's cherish this moment we make. Here, now. I promise to release you from your fears now. Take me, and my world will kiss the sky. The sun has no defense you and I. You and I. Maybe it's your kind of way. Maybe this is heaven's gate. Maybe I'm your king. Or maybe I don't know a thing. Maybe you're too far away. Maybe you know God awaits. Maybe it's your touch. Or maybe I just dream too much. But you're beautiful. You're everything and more. Will you still love me? If our world begins to change, I don't know what is to happen, but I know that I'm sent to remain. You have held me when I was settled in the cold. If we only hold a second, let's treasure this second we hold. Here, now, I promise to relieve you from your tears now. Take me, and my world will touch the sky. The stars reserve a space for you and I. You and I. Maybe it's your kind of way. Maybe this is heaven's gate. Maybe I'm your king. Or maybe I don't know a thing. Maybe you're too far away. Maybe you know God waits. Maybe it's your touch. Or maybe I just dream too much. But you're beautiful. You're everything and more. And more. You're everything and more. And more.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's take a breath together. Celebrating the discomfort of growth when I'm scared. How perfect is that? Anybody having any moments of I'm scared right now? Anybody? Okay, so we got a few honest people in the room. And here's the truth of it. Even if it wasn't an election cycle, we'd still be having them. Right? Because there's always human activity running amok somewhere. It's just what we do as human beings. We run amok. It don't make us bad people because we're not our behavior, but the behavior is sometimes scary. And I was talking with Deborah last night that I was having an awareness through a question that, is it even possible biologically talking about biological fear. Is it even really possible to be afraid of something we're afraid is going to happen? It isn't. Not biologically. Biological fear comes from our autonomic nervous system in response to an immediate threat in our physical realm. That's just biology. It doesn't matter if we like it or not. That's biology. Right? So it's really not even possible to be legitimately biologically afraid of something that isn't happening. That doesn't mean we don't scare the crap out of ourselves about things that might happen. Okay? We do. We all do. And some of it is reality-based, and some of it is past reality-based, projected into future reality. Right? And none of us is immune to this. None of us. I don't care how spiritual your path is. None of us is immune to this thought process. But we have tools to help us navigate it. The first thing that I will offer you is to understand that it is a normal, natural function in this physical realm. That rather than trying to escape it, we learn to make friends with it. And God forbid, or God empower, we actually learn to celebrate it. Celebrate it as evidence that we're aware. Right? Because if you had less awareness, you wouldn't even know that there is something in conflict with your values. The fact that we have discomfort says we have an awareness that something is amiss. Something is out of alignment. How in the world can we heal if we are unaware? Right? I worked with autistic folks, 5 group homes of autistic individuals, from little kids all the way to elderly. And we had people who had no awareness of pain in their body. We had kids that had injuries they didn't know they had. Right? That's a thing. Right? So when you're feeling discomfort, I offer you celebrate that, because there are people who don't even have an awareness that they are uncomfortable. I catch myself complaining about getting old sometimes. And then I think about my son who died when he was 42, and I remind myself that getting old is a privilege some people don't get. And that kind of stops it right there. Right? It doesn't mean that getting up in the morning has become less audible. Those of you that are younger, you have to look forward to getting up, sitting down, standing up. It all becomes audible at some point. Where before it was a silent activity. We get to celebrate that. We get to laugh at ourselves. Right? Or we can just be mad about it. Or we can be scared about it. But what determines whether we're celebrating, whether we're mad, or whether we're scared? There's a single determinant factor as far as I can tell. And that's the narrative we're writing in our head. It doesn't mean we don't feel the full impact of our own narrative. We do. Somebody invited me to share part of an email response. And I will do that. I don't typically do this, but it was impactful, and so I will share it. If I can find it. Now, where was it? I had it a second ago. There it is. So we were actually, the email, just to give you context, was about navigating the fear around the election. All right? And here's what I said, and I'm just going to read exactly what's here. I certainly cannot dispute anything you've written is factually inaccurate, nor will I rationalize or bypass the concern and fear this engenders in my very human experience of life. As a transgender man married to a mixed-race brown woman, I find myself in a persistent dance of trying to maintain my frame, my hold, and my rhythm to music that is all too familiar, always offbeat for me, and that is quite literally painful to hear. Such a practice has taught me and continues to teach me to hear the music within myself, even when the music around me is so loud it seems nothing else can be heard. How to follow my internal dance steps. How to adjust my dance routine to work on whatever dance floor I find myself on. I offer this analogy as a way to navigate these times of life, expressing as the human race. If I want to experience the spiritual truth of unity, I must first find unity within all the different aspects of myself. Then I extrapolate this to the aspects of myself that seem to be outside of me, also known as other people. I find this to be a very messy process, all caps. What I know by direct experience is that navigating the physical world around me with acute awareness while living in spiritual integrity is like dancing a tango on a sharp edge of a razor blade. I focus on my balance because when I slip and fall, I hurt. I get cut. I bleed. I am scarred. And sometimes the cuts are so deep I need someone else to stitch me up so I can carry on. Someone else to remind me that the cuts won't kill me, but abandoning myself, capital S, just might. Someone else to help me re-find my courage to keep dancing. Someone else to help me get back on the razor's edge. The easiest thing to do in these moments is to default to my human conditioning of duality, separate myself, and blame the other for forgetting that there is a power within me that shifts how consciousness is expressing without violating the sanctity of choice of any individualized expression of consciousness. Thought in whatever form, prayer, affirmations, silent ponderings, quiet conversations, loud rants, Facebook memes, is a movement of, a directing of, a use of consciousness. If my motivating belief is one of unity, I am directing consciousness to express unity. If it is one of fear, I am directing consciousness to express as fear. What I've learned through experience is that expressing anything demands the elimination of everything unlike that thing. I'm going to stop there. If I am affirming love, then everything unlike love comes to the surface to be transformed.
Yes.
Right? If I am affirming safety, everything unsafe comes to the surface to be transformed. That's how this works. Now, as crazy as it might sound, all of this social upheaval tells me transformation is happening. Because things that were silent, things that were operating anyway under a level of awareness are coming to the surface to be transformed. What we get to look at, we don't have to, but we get to look at what's underneath pushing it up. See, we just want to push it back down. If we're telling the truth, the human part of us, put it back. You know, it's like that parental moment where your child, God love my parents. I got here sleeping 4 hours and that's it. As an infant, they had to stop putting me to bed with a bottle because 4 hours later, I would wake everybody up. The bottle by the nipple, back and forth across the cradle, right? Put that child back where it came from. I get it. I'm a parent. It's like, oh, good Lord, where did it go back? And it's not that we really want rid of them. We want rid of the behavior. Here's what we miss in science of mind. To celebrate the discomfort of growth. To celebrate that love is pushing up all of the stuff. And we are empowered to heal it if we just stop running from it. Anybody ever seen the stupid Ernest movies? Oh, yeah. Right? Do you remember the one? I think it's Ernest Goes to Camp. Yes. My favorite. Right? And there's this big booger monster that's been turned loose. And they're trying to overcome the monster. And finally it dawns on Ernest how to transform the monster. Anybody remember how he does it? He loves it. Right? They're having this whole battle launching things from the cafeteria at this monster trying to repel it. And finally it dawns on him. And he runs up to it in the movie and he says, "Come here, you big ugly booger," and just wraps himself around it and hugs it, and it is instantly transformed. Instantly. See, we think those movies are ridiculous, but there's messages in them. And so what if we start practicing? Don't ignore that you're scared. But what are you really scared of? See, if certain people get their way, my identity ceases to exist as a transgender man. Right? There are people who want to put policies in place that says, I have to go to the women's bathroom. In the state of North Carolina, HB 2 does that. I can be afraid of that, or I can up my game in spiritual practice. Right? There are thought processes operating that are trying to move us back into what some people have been comfortable with. We get to choose which one we're going to empower. But I cannot rail against you and heal at the same time. Doesn't mean I don't have emotions of fear. It just means I take a moment, as Viktor Frankl says. Between stimulus and response lies a space. In that space, our freedom and power to choose a response. In our response lies our growth and our happiness. It's on the back of my business cards for a reason. Because I have to remember it. Yeah. Yes, you can. There's some back there on the table. If Viktor Frankl can learn that in a concentration camp, stripped naked of everything, his clothes, everything that meant anything to him, his physical well-being. And Viktor Frankl realized that no matter what you do to me, I am in charge of how I respond. And so if the powers, the leadership of the United States of America decide to do whatever they do, however it impacts me, okay. Because I get to choose how I respond to that. If I go out in the parking lot and my truck is gone, okay. Don't mean I'm gonna like it. And y'all gonna see the biggest ministerial man baby you ever saw, because I'm just gonna sit on the curb and cry. Because I'm a Southern boy that truly, I love my truck, right? I look out the window every night before I go to bed and mentally say goodnight to my truck. Right? So I'm gonna have some feelings if that happens. Right? My feelings are not my response. My feelings are my reaction. What is my response? Right? I could choose to go hunt for whoever took it, or I can choose to pause and figure out, do I call Deborah or do I ask Eamon to take me home? Right? Right? To respond. So when things come up, yes, there is things that have happened in the past. Here is the most powerful part of this teaching that I learned years ago. Principle is never bound by precedent. Principle, truth of being, consciousness itself, is never bound by what has happened. It is activated by how we direct its use. We are each one, and I'm going to wrap up with this, each one of us is a portal of expression. Each one of us is God animated in form. The power you have is consciousness itself. Not awareness, but consciousness. The substance of creation is what you're using. Thought, prayer, all of those things. They are a movement of consciousness. Stop saying it's a movement in consciousness, because it's a movement of of consciousness. Stop saying you're one with, because that is a subtle duality. And start saying, I am one, and then shut up. I am one. Because as long as we have that little with what? If there's only one, there's only one. If we are the great I am, I invite you this week, every time you want to separate yourself, because let's be real, lots happens where we want to separate ourselves, right? Like, I'm not that. I'm not them, you know, who those people. We all have it running in there. And so when you become aware of it, and it feels icky, celebrate that you have an awareness, and then just simply, I am one. And shut up. Just let that. Marinade in that. The whole point of a marinade is to change. To flavor. Right? So what if you just marinate yourself this week in I am one? And perhaps for the next, maybe 2 weeks, starting Tuesday, I am one. Let's take this into prayer. Oh, how precious it is. What a gift it is to recognize that there is only one. That all life is it. That the seen and the unseen, the likes and the dislikes, the things I call good and bad, the things I call right and wrong, are all one. And I am that in form. And so I speak my word acknowledging, claiming, affirming, claiming my role, my ability to respond, my responsibility. The divinity within me, the substance that I am made of. To activate that. To consciously, intentionally, purposefully move consciousness to heal. To celebrate everything. Every thought, every feeling, every experience, every behavior, everything that is bubbling up, waving its arms, screaming for transformation. That within me I find the courage to run toward it with arms wide open. Come here, you big old booger. And just love it. Trusting that transformation happens. That it is not the human I that is transforming, but the divine I, the I am. And that I am participating as a vessel, as a portal in the transformation. And I feel the gratitude, the recognition of truth spoken. I feel it in my body as I am transformed. And so I let go. I let go of all of the noise in my head. I let go of all of the arguments for my limitations. I let go of everything that counters the truth. And I remind myself that the word spoken is the word fulfilled. And then I move into this day with my eyes and my ears and my heart and my mind wide open to see the evidence of the transformation as it unfolds itself, not as I would unfold it, as it unfolds itself. I let go, I trust, I return over and over again as many times as it takes to the truth. I get back on the razor blade and I dance. And I invite you to join me as we say together, and so it is. Let's take a breath. Okay. So I'm going to step aside and let Miss Io come share some thoughts with you before we move into our giving.
So thank you once again for letting me be before this congregation this morning. I know you didn't have a choice, but just pretend that you did. I have some notes that I'm trying to get to. Yeah. So when I was asked if I would just speak a little bit about conscious giving and what it means to me, I was really blown away because I never thought of it as a public thing, but it is very public. So I'm going to share with you what Io thinks, not Io the practitioner, but Io the everyday member who is living her life and knowing for the best. So to me, tithing is a word that I've had lots of feelings about over the years, and I'm still growing into connecting my intellect, my heart around tithing. And so today, I see tithing as a commitment from my heart today to my heart tomorrow. And so that's why I tithe. I consciously tithe. And I do it in a way that makes it easy for Io. I commit, like fill out a pledge form, and then I automatically do it, so I don't think about it anymore. It happens. And as we know, when we do things without physically doing it ourselves, when we do things from consciousness, it appears. So it appears as each of you sitting in a seat, not sitting on the floor. And it appears as the equipment that I'm using to speak to you. And it appears in so many different ways, all the goodies that we have, all the calls and the emails that we share. And it's for those reasons that my consciousness grows every time my auto tithe is taken from my continuously replenished account to come to serve this community. And over the years, I've served the community in so many ways that had nothing to do, in my mind at the time, with money. We think of tithing as being money, right? The collection basket, and we drop things in. Some of us may think to drop this in. Some of us actually pray over it. All these different ways that we respond when we see that physical representation. But every time I come and I set up the live stream equipment, that is a form of a tithe. Anytime, except for right now, when I come and speak here, when I'm the volunteer reader, or when I'm the practitioner of the day, and okay, when I come and I share how we as a community changed my life, which is what I'm doing right now, I am also bringing forth tithe, bringing forth the physical consciousness called money that we need so we can pay for this room, so we can pay for our ecclesiastical staff, so we can pay for making copies when we need copies. All of these things are available because they are a part of one. We are one. But in the physical world that we live in, it takes moolah to bring the one to us. So that's what it means, or that's part of what it means to me when I make my pledge and I keep my pledge. Sometimes I enhance it, and how do I do that? Maybe I drop some money in the basket above my auto tide, or one of my favorite ways is when we have people who share their talent to just give them something without anything back from them other than what I've already received. Their music, their reading, their message. It is so much fun to just drop money in someone's hand who's not expecting it. It's such a cheating way to receive gifts, because when I do that, so much comes back to me. So that's why my consciousness inspires and demands that I give. And I got a couple of other things I want to remember to say before I get the pull off the stage. Let's see. You know, coming to understand and to live through the discomfort and disease of the word tithe has built my consciousness and grown my consciousness and bumped me into some of you all's consciousness when I've eyeballed somebody who gave a tip. And I thought, oh, I never thought to give a tip. And then I started doing that. Or someone invited me to attend some special ceremony with them, and I went. And I saw that they wrote a check bigger than the ticket. I thought, I never thought to do that. So all of those things grow my consciousness and come back into play when I am offering my pledge, which so far no one here at CCSL has said, we will not take your pledge. So when I'm offering my pledge, all of that is also what I'm bringing. I'm bringing all the love that I've seen, I've witnessed, and received from every gift that all of you bring, and especially you who are live streaming with us. And I'm going to continue to pledge and continue to increase my pledge, because selfishly, I want this to keep going. Selfishly, I want 7 generations from now to know these principles, this philosophy, in whichever way the world has taken it. And that's all I really have to say on the subject.
She's tired. And she is correct. There's no narrative where I'm going to refuse to accept your pledge. All right, so here are some ways that you can actually give us financial support. You will notice with the text to give number that has changed slightly, because it used to say text to give, and then we realized that was why it wasn't working. You actually need to text the word give to that number, and then the options will come up how to do that. That only took 18 months to figure out. You can mail a check to 659 Cog Court, Millersville 21108. You can go on our website and to the donate button and give, or you can give right here in the room. So let's say our giving affirmation together. What did I do with it? I have too many pieces of paper up here. I affirm that the abundance of creation is my abundance. I give freely to sustain and grow Columbia Center for Spiritual Living as my beloved spiritual community. I give to ensure Columbia CSL's continued availability to all spiritual seekers. If I could have a couple of folks to usher while the band comes and does their thing.
Oh, okay.
You started or?
I'll get Eugene to start, and then you can come in after a little flute. You know, I'll do flute, and then you come in. Yeah. Well, are we going to start now?
One thing I know, when impromptu jam sessions are happening, if you just do nothing, it will continue forever. Which not a bad thing, but it's a thing this morning.
Just get started.
I know. And so I speak a word of blessing, a word of gratitude for the divinity, for the love of Columbia CSL expressed as financial support to support and grow this divine idea in the mind of God and all who come. And so it is. All right. Okay. So Io mentioned the pledge drive that is happening. We do have the trifold. On the back of the trifold is the actual pledge form. You can also, I will have that in the newsletter where you can click on it and fill that out online if you prefer. However you prefer to do it. I will say that that there is power in setting the intention of making the pledge, because it works us, especially in those moments where our financial situation changes and we're like, uh-oh, how am I going to meet that commitment? And listen for the answer, and you just might find out how that's going to happen. The other thing to know is that it's your commitment, and sometimes commitments change, and so it's just simply contacting me to let me know you prefer to make a change in that, and I will make that happen. And I give you full permission to change it up just as quickly as you change it down. Just saying. If you are a first-time guest or someone returning, we ask for your information. There are cards back there on the welcome table. It's just so I can harass you with emails from time to check in on you. I'm just going to be bluntly honest. We also have new welcome packets. Those have information in there about who we are. There's a list of frequently asked questions. If you have a question that isn't on the frequently asked questions, send it to me at info@columbiacsl.com. You might just help answer somebody else's question by asking the one you have. Just saying. It could kind of happen that way. Okay. We are in the midst of our 50-50 raffle fundraiser. Very quickly, what that means is that somebody that purchases raffle tickets is going to win half of the net. So the more that's there, the more somebody's going to win. I assure you, I promise you, take this to the bank. If you don't participate, you ain't going to win. That's kind of how it works. We have levels of participation, so the lowest one is $5 so that everybody can jump in at some level. So you could theoretically come in at $5 and walk away with thousands, depending on how many people participate. Not a bad gig, huh? And it raises money for the center, all at the same time. So, next week, we have an incredibly special gift, Esther Nicholson. And I want to clear up something because, yes, she's a trauma specialist, but first, she is a brilliant metaphysician. A couple of folks have made the comment that they don't have any trauma in their lives, and that's great. And I submit to you, it may be less than accurate. If there is any part of you that gets triggered about anything, you might kind of, sort of, maybe in some way have some unhealed trauma about something. Human conditioning is generational trauma. It just is. And so if you can redefine the word trauma and understand that what she's really bringing is a tremendous gift of healing and some concrete tools how to do that. And they come from hard-won personal human experience. She's not bringing theoretical. She's bringing, I've walked this path. And she is a brilliant musician. If you listened this morning to the music that was playing when you arrived, that was Esther Nicholson. If you listen to what is played after service, that is Esther Nicholson. She is phenomenal. And so I invite you, come to the service. She's doing the music and the talk for the service. And then we'll have a break to socialize. And then her workshop is from 1 to 3, and the cost for that workshop is $40. So. Our next town hall meeting is this coming Wednesday at 7 o'clock on Zoom we are going to be exploring the idea of membership. And we're going to start with, what does it even mean? Not to me, not to the center. What does it mean to you? Right? Because we are a synthesis of all of our thoughts. So I really invite and encourage you to show up. That thing we read at the beginning where everybody can be seen and heard, if you don't show up to be seen and heard, it's entirely likely you may not be. Right? You get to choose whether you want to be seen and heard. Okay. We have some things coming up. Mark your calendars. Let me get my list so I'm not lying to you. First thing we have is a membership class coming up on December 7th from 11 to 5, and that is online. If you are in our online community and you want to be a member of this center, show up at that meeting. If you are already a member and you want to revisit what being a member means, because sometimes like we were members, went through that whole membership thing like 100 years ago. If you want a refresher and you want to bond with people that are interested in becoming members, show up at that. If you're not sure, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Just because you attend doesn't mean you're a member. It just means now you have the option to become a member.
It says 2025. Is it next year?
Okay, so I did lie. I did not mean to lie. No, it's not a year from December. It is this December, thank you, December 7th. I will correct that slide by next week. Okay, got 2 book studies coming up, and these are in 2025. I am. The first one is The Numinous Factor, the spiritual basis of science and life, and that is by John L. Walker. That will be on Tuesday evenings from 5:30 to 7 on Zoom. And the other one is Build the Life You Want, the art and science of getting happier. And that book is written by Arthur C. Brooks and Oprah Winfrey. We will do the book, and then we will continue with the workbook. So that one's going to take a while. If you want support for doing any part of this journey, if, like I said in my email response, you sometimes need somebody to stitch you back together, you need somebody to remind you of who you are, you need somebody to help you heal when you're so wounded you can't remember that healing is possible, these people are beautifully trained, equipped, and have a heart's desire to do that with you. Reach out to them. Let them support you. Prayer is always free. If you need more than a prayer, if you want some spiritual coaching, many of them do practitioner sessions. They set their own fees, so you just reach out to whichever one you're interested in working with, and they will have a conversation with you about that.
The A-team.
That's the A-team. I can't control nothing. I'm good with that. Over on that table, you can leave a prayer request. If you have something you want prayer support with, fill it out, drop it in the box. If you're too shy and don't want anybody to see you do that, you can send us an email to prayer@columbiacsl.com. I invite you, if you have something going on that you don't want to leave here with, that you want to shift before you go out that door, Rebecca will be out here in the lobby to pray with you after service. Okay, some thank yous. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you, Jesse, for doing our live stream.
All right.
Thank you, Vaughn, for being on our soundboard and helping with all the setup. Thank you, Io, for being our reader this morning, for sharing your experience with conscious giving, and for mistakenly showing up early to set up the live stream stuff. Thank you, Rita, for doing our hospitality. Thank you, Laura Service, for doing our welcoming. Thank you, Dr. Lisa and Dale, for being our ushers. Thank you, Deborah Ellis, for engaging with our online community. Thank you, Zita, for being on the camera. And thank you, and you, because this is way more fun than an empty room. All right. So now we're going to close out with our, oh, nope, I lied again. I really got to stop that. Or not. Okay, so this is our affirmation. I'm going to read it to you once, then we'll read it together. I say yes to life. I choose my growth. I celebrate my choice. I say yes to life. Let's read that together. I say yes to life. I choose my growth. I celebrate my choice. I say yes to life. And now we're going to do our closing song. Goodness. If you feel like standing, stand on up. Joy, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. And now we'll get on key. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. There it is. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Sing it like you mean it. Thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Are you sure? Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Back to God. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Last time through, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Have a great week.
Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Everyone must change. No one and nothing goes unchanged. The young become the old. Mysteries do unfold. That's the way of time. No one and nothing goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, hummingbirds do fly. Winter turns to spring. A wounded heart will heal, but never much too soon. No one, nothing goes unchanged. The young become the old. Mysteries do unfold. That's the way of time. No one, nothing goes unchanged. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, hummingbirds do fly. Rain comes from the clouds. Rain comes from the clouds. Sun lights up the sky. Sun lights up the sky. Hummingbirds do fly. Rain comes from the clouds. Rain. Sun lights up the sky. Sun lights up the sky. Yeah. Do fly. Everything must change. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Oh no, nothing stays the same. That's the way of time. No one and nothing goes unchanged. Everything must change. Oh no, nothing stays the same. That's the way of time. Everything must change.